Good afternoon. Today we are announcing a superseding indictment charging 12 individuals in a conspiracy to illegally traffic over 90 guns across state lines into the city of Chicago. This case is an example of the collaborative approach the Justice Department is taking to protect our communities from violent crime and from the illegal gun trafficking that often drives it. This approach requires cooperation across all levels of government, federal, state, and local. And this case reflects that cooperation in the best possible way. On March 26 of last year, a mass shooting in my hometown of Chicago left 7 people wounded, and 1 person dead. Several of the guns that the Chicago Police Department recovered at the crime scene were traced by our experts at ATF's National Tracing Center. ATF found that 5 of the recovered guns were recently purchased from federally licensed firearms dealers located hundreds of miles away. Further investigation by our agents and law enforcement partners uncovered an alleged gun trafficking conspiracy involving over 90 guns and 12 defendants. Many of these guns have been linked to shootings in the Chicago area in which multiple people have been injured and several killed. In July 2021, a grand jury charged 3 enlisted members of the United States Army stationed at the Fort Campbell military installation in Clarksville, Tennessee, with crimes stemming from the purchase and transfer of dozens of firearms to the streets of Chicago. The superseding indictment that we are announcing today charges 9 additional defendants in the conspiracies and other substantive offenses. The indictment alleges that the new defendants are members of the Gangster Disciples street gang in Chicago. They are alleged to have conspired to purchase and deliver over 90 firearms to the Chicago area to facilitate ongoing violent disputes between the Gangster Disciples from Pockettown and rival gangs. In a moment, my colleagues will discuss the details of the case more specifically. The Justice Department recognizes that fighting violent crime requires approaches tailored to the needs of individual communities. But gun violence can be a problem that is too big for any one community, any one city, or any one agency to solve. That is why our approach to disrupting gun violence and keeping guns out of the hands of criminals rests on the kind of coordination that you see here today. That is why last year we established 5 cross-jurisdictional strike forces to disrupt the pipelines that flood our communities with illegal guns. These strike forces are designed to foster sustained coordination among federal, state, and local law enforcement partners across jurisdictions. They are set up to disrupt the entirety of illegal gun trafficking networks, from the jurisdictions where guns are purchased to the places where they are used to commit violent crimes. But our efforts are not limited to strike forces. As we made clear in our guidance to all federal prosecutors and law enforcement agents last May, criminal gun traffickers who provide weapons to violent offenders are an enforcement priority across the nation. I also want to note that we can do even more to hold criminal gun traffickers accountable and to get more illegal guns off the streets if we have more resources. We need resources to trace the guns our state and local partners recover from crime scenes. We need resources to bring to justice those who perpetrate gun crimes. And we need resources to disrupt the criminal gun trafficking networks that fuel violent crime. That is why we have asked for, and the President's FY23 budget has requested, a substantial increase in funding for the Justice Department's anti-violent crime efforts. Gun deaths in our country occur at a staggering pace. Every day, on average, about 100 Americans are killed and hundreds more are wounded. And those numbers do not even begin to capture the number of families who are affected and the number of communities that are terrorized. If we are going to put an end to the enduring tragedy of gun violence, we are going to need more resources to do it. In closing, I want to thank the federal agents, prosecutors, and personnel who worked on this case. That includes members of the ATF, the U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division, the Internal Revenue Service, CI, the U.S. Attorney's offices for the Middle District of Tennessee and the Northern District of Illinois. I also want to thank our invaluable local partners at the Chicago Police Department, the Clarksville Police Department, and the Davenport Police Department. I want to make one point abundantly clear. The Justice Department will spare no resources to hold accountable criminal gun traffickers. There is no hiding place for those who flood our communities with illegal guns. It does not matter where you are or how far away you are. If you illegally traffic guns, we and our law enforcement partners nationwide will find you.